Hello, Capricorn. I'm Genuine Timeline Tarot. I hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at what you don't see coming for the week of November 9th, 2025. I think last week's reading was about someone watching their words or kind of like walking on eggshells around you, or maybe even avoiding a conversation. So remember, energy is fluid. That could certainly bleed over into this week as well. But as for this reading, I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you have Capricorn in any of those placements, odds are there's a little message in this reading for you. Also, keep in mind that this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So take what fits, how it fits. Be sure to check out your other 4 placements. And that's about it. With all that said, let's begin. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted by the noise. I've got like the neighbors working on their property there. This neighbor's cutting down a tree. So let me get a little grounded here for you. Okay. Tapping into the Capricorn collective now for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. I just saw the blocking card. For Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What does Capricorn not see coming for the week of November 9th, 2025? What do they not see coming? One more shuffle here. Thank you. No facts. The bottom of the deck, you have grudge holder. Tell me about no facts. No facts is an individual. It says never has facts. They just make stuff up or they lie. I think you might be holding a grudge against this person this week. Let's see. Tell me more about no facts here. Oh, that's weird. So it must have been like a large truck outside just came to a stop and you could hear like the brakes. So yeah, I think something's coming to a full stop for now this week. All right, let's see what this is all about for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Why is no facts something they don't see coming this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, Ace of Swords, 9 of Swords, Judgment, and the 7 of Swords. No facts and lies. There you go, my dear. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Swords, 4 of Cups, and the Star. That leaves the Emperor, 7 of Wands, King of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So when I do this spread, and obviously I'm going to clarify some of these cards, but when I do the spread, the first couple of cards that come out are typically the energy of the querent, meaning you, right? The individual I'm reading for. Whatever's transpiring here with this person or maybe a group of people, there's something here where like, you know the truth. You know the truth. You have absolute clarity on the truth. But you're really up in your head, 9 of Swords, about why this person is lying or obfuscating or you feel like they're being deceptive towards you. You're like, no, I know the truth. I know the truth. And you're making a judgment call here this week that this person is lying or, like I said, manipulating what transpired or what took place. I heard obfuscating. Remember, I saw the blocking card. It's possible some of you are contemplating like blocking this person, blocking communication. All right, what is the truth here that you know? What is the Ace of Swords? If I haven't said it before, I'll say it now. Typically, my readings are not cross-watcher friendly. It's not that I'm trying to be an a-hole. It's that I'm trying to be honest. I don't want to be the tarot reader that sugarcoats messages. And that'll just keep all of us stuck in cycles that we should have moved on from, right? It's the only way to grow and learn and advance. So I'm not getting a really good vibe off of this person. So if you're the cross watcher watching, don't mother F me in the comment section. I have to call it like I see it and how I feel it. What is the truth that Capricorn knows here? What is the truth? One more shuffle here. What is the truth that you know? The Eight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Page of Swords, you found something out. Whether it was through your own intuition, firsthand knowledge, because this person said something to you and you immediately internalized and went in your head and went, wait a minute, I know that they're a freaking liar, because that's not at all how I recall how it happened, or that's not what's going on. So that Page of Swords could be firsthand knowledge. They say something to you and you immediately acknowledge they're full of shit, right? For others of you, it could be you're hearing it secondhand or third hand, or you're seeing it online. And I say that because behind the Page of Swords is the Two of Pentacles. So sometimes it's like someone else came in and told you, and you're not quite sure whether to believe it or not. But you know the truth. And the truth here is that this person is no longer emotionally invested in this connection with you. At this time, they have withdrawn from the Queen of Pentacles. Why the Eight of Cups? So let's say I'm speaking to a Capricorn. Let's say this is a connection you have with your child, okay? Adult child. And your child starts treating you differently. And you could feel like something is going on because they're no longer respecting me like they used to, right? They're talking back, they're being rude. And then you have the conversation with them and you're like, why have you been treating me this way? Because you're lacking emotion for me, right? And with emotion, with love, naturally comes respect and admiration. So there's a loss of respect and admiration here, right? And I feel like it's a cycle. Like this would be a conversation you're having with your adult child. Monday, I'm the greatest parent on the earth. Tuesday, I'm a piece of shit again. Like, what is going on? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, nothing has changed here. I've just been busy with ABC. And you're like, no, you've been busy with ABC for a while. What's with the in and out energy? What? Because the Wheel of Fortune is like it's cyclical, right? So what is going on with this? We have high highs, we have low lows. Like, what is going on with you? This is like the equivalent of the adult child turning around and going, you're crazy. There's nothing wrong. You know that they're covering something up. You know that they're lying. You know that they're not telling you the truth, right? They're obfuscating something. It could be something like that for some of you. Why has this person emotionally withdrawn? I feel like you know this. You could sense it that this person's no longer invested in this connection with you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ace of Cups, it's the truth. You know it. Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. You know, Capricorn, there you are at the bottom of the deck. You know that they have been inconsistent. One day they work on this connection, Three of Pentacles. The next day, Knight of Wands, they're off in another direction. So that's how you know. You know because of a lack of consistency with whomever this is, right? And again, could be a boss. I don't know. On Monday, you're the best worker in the world. And on Tuesday, again, you're a piece of shit. And it's like, no, this boss is no longer invested in my long-term success at this company, right? Because a boss who is in it would either talk to you about an issue going on, right? They would want to address it. So the fact that they're not addressing it, instead they're just telling you like it's all in your head, you know something else is up. You know they're no longer invested in you or in the connection with you due to a lack of consistency. And you're making the judgment call here this week. Like, no, I know better. I know better. Because this person might try to tell you everything's fine. This is all in your head. Like you're creating a problem where there's no problem. And you're like, no, there's a problem. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. What is the Seven of Swords? Death, Scorpio energy. Six of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. This person has transformed the financial. Let me backtrack. Not financial. This person, the lie here, what they're not admitting, is that they have transformed how much they give to this connection. Six of Pentacles, Pentacle resources, time, money, you know, they have changed. You're not wrong. And they also have transformed how much love they give to this connection. So their pentacle resources and their heart space. So you're not wrong. This person either has completely withdrawn with the death card. They've ended it. I don't think they've ended it quite yet, but they have withdrawn. They've transformed how much they give you. And again, whether that's respect or love or admiration. And yeah, you're holding a grudge because you have no explanation for their behavior. And they're pretty much denying that they've changed. They're trying to tell you it's all in your head. Three of Wands, Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles. You know, and it's heartbreaking to you because they won't admit why this is happening. Three of Wands, Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles. I got Three Cups here in the Four of Cups card. It's possible for a Capricorn watching, and I think you are aware of this. I think you're aware that your person has another person, maybe like a family. This could be kind of third party-ish. And I think they're lying to you that they're not giving to that connection or they're not nurturing that connection. They are. They are investing. There's breadcrumbing here going on with a connect. And again, don't take it if you don't know it. I feel like you would already know if this person has someone else. I don't feel like they're cheating with someone else and they've got a family. That would be like someone was like married with kids and like you haven't known for the last 20 years. And you know what I mean? I don't feel that's what we're seeing here. I feel like this is established. Tell me more about the deception here. So yeah, one, you're not wrong. They have transformed how much they give to the connection. And for, like I said, one of you watching, they're not telling you the truth that they're giving to another entity. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Four of Wands, Five of Cups. There's that Page of Swords again. Ace of Wands. You know the truth. You know whether they are giving to another connection and they're lying, right? Like for some of you, this person is married. Or they're married to you and they've stepped out on you. There's still a lie about, at the heart of it, regardless of whether or not there's a triangle here or not, or what point you are in the triangle, or you know, you don't know. The fact of the matter is, you know the truth. Your truth here is that this person is inconsistent. It's cyclical in nature. They nurture the connection and then they leave. They nurture and they leave. This is your truth. You know it. And they're lying to you that they have not changed for whatever reason the amount of attention or affection or investment that they're giving to this connection with you. They're lying to you about it knowingly. They know they're lying to you about it. They're trying to tell you it's all in your head. Okay. Why is this person doing this? Why is this person doing this? Why is this person doing this? Four of Pentacles. Stubborn. Six of Wands. Ego. They don't want to admit the truth. They don't want to admit the truth. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Stubborn. They don't want to admit the truth. Page of Pentacles. Chariot, Ace of Pentacles, Emperor. They don't want to recognize that The change in their connection with you is of their own doing. There's something here about ego, stubborn pride. The reason why this connection is not blossoming at this time is your fault. I'm not telling you that. The cards aren't telling you that. They're telling you that. Eyes are closed, eyes are closed, eyes are closed. They don't want to tell you. They don't want to admit to themselves they're the problem. Far easier to tell you that either you're the problem or it's all in your head, nothing's wrong. What is going on here? What's with this ego? What's with the ego here? One more shuffle. Thank you. What's with the ego? Ace of Cups, the Moon, and the Nine of Cups. King of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Tower. This feels like backhanded apology. I don't know if I'm even phrasing that correctly. This is, I'm sorry you feel that way. You ever like get someone apologize to you that way and you're like, no, the apology, it should be, I'm sorry I made you feel this way, right? There's no ownership here. There's no ownership here. Failing to see the truth, failing to be in touch with their emotions, failing to recognize and accept your emotions. I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't think anything's wrong. I think it's all in your head. I'm sorry you feel that way. Very, a little passive aggressive there. Again, not wanting to look at self. Not wanting to recognize or accept that they're sabotaging the connection. Because if they recognize that, then Page of Pentacles, they have to start getting to work on improving themselves. And this is not someone at this time who's willing to do that. So, you know the truth. You're armed with the truth. You know there's a change of behavior, although you probably can't put your finger on it. Empress to the Queen of Pentacles. Can't put your finger on it just yet, so like why it's happening. But you are right. It is happening. And I do see you holding a grudge here. Two of Swords, Four of Cups, and the Star card. What is that? Let's get 3 cards on that. I think some of you feel very disappointed. 4 of Cups, very disappointed in this person's behavior. And some of you are undecided about whether or not this can be healed. This connection can be healed or restored. World card. Or if it should end. Okay. Let's get advice here. Look, if you're the cross watcher watching, just be honest. There's nothing worse than gaslighting a person when they know the truth. Like, don't even bother doing that. You're just destroying the hope, faith, and trust that the person has in you. That's all you're doing. You're not saving the connection. You're not saving your butt. You're not even protecting your ego at that point. You're gaslighting someone else. Tell me about the Two of Swords, Four of Cups, and the Star card. One more shuffle. Thank you. High Priestess, 10 of Pentacles, and the World. You're going to give heavy contemplation this week. Empress at the bottom of the deck. Heavy contemplation about whether or not you want to continue investing in this connection. Is this a connection you see in your life for the long run? Or do you need to close it out? There's a heavy contemplation. Empress, 10 of Cups, King of Wands, 10 of Swords. Yeah. Do I take the inspired action to try to nurture or rebirth this connection in the hopes of finding the 10 of Cups? Or do I take the inspired action to 10 of Swords, close it out once and for all? So I think you are internally conflicted here. 5 of Wands, 3 of Wands, internally conflicted when it comes to the way forward. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice here for Capricorn. 3 cards of advice. The Emperor came flying out of the deck. Death. And the King of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups, 6 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. I think for some of you, you might be married to this person. Take your time. When we look at tarot and we look at the Emperor, you don't have to be a masculine watching this. But the Emperor is top tier, right, of all the people cards in tarot. That's the creme de la creme. And the Emperor, historically speaking, is the individual solely responsible for the health and well-being of their empire. And for you, that's your life, right? That's where you live, and your pets and your plants and yourself and your job. Like, you are solely, at the end of the day, we all really are the emperor of our lives, or at least we should strive to be. But the emperor is always in heavy contemplation about what their next move should be. The emperor plays chess, not checkers. So in terms of advice, whether you're going to end this connection or find a way to transform it will depend on how much time you give yourself. Because you could make a rush decision and 8 of Cups, walk away, the Hermit card, cut off all communication. You could do that. Or the advice here is to really step into the role of the emperor. And the emperor is looking at my long-term goals, looking at whether or not this connection will be successful, or whether or not 5 of Cups, I need to walk away from it. And it's all going to depend with that King of Pentacles energy. This is really strong masculine energy. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. But is this the type of person you can see yourself partnered with in the future? Do they show up as your counterpart? The business partner they should be, the friend they should be, the family member they should be, the lover they should be. Because King and Queen of Pentacles, they invest only in situations, environments, or connections that they can see long-term growth potential in. And I think that's where you have to be real with yourself in the week ahead in terms of advice. Looking at your life, is that the kind of person that is your equal? That's an interesting message. Let me finish that up first. Is that the type of person who is your equal, or who has the potential to be your equal? And if not, end the connection. And if so, if you're like, yes, then transform it. But give heavy contemplation to it. Tell me about the Death card in terms of transforming it. If Capricorn wanted to save the connection but transform it, what would they do? 7 of Wands, healthy boundaries. Defending yourself, defending your truth. Not allowing this person to gaslight you, calling them out. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 7 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and the Knight of Wands, calling out their inconsistency when they're trying to tell you it's in your head. Have facts. Have facts, not emotion. We have no cups here. Have facts. Swords are facts. It's truth. Every single sword in the 10 of Swords is an Ace of Swords that you got stabbed in the back with. It is a truth. It is your truth. So there's something here about, if you want to transform it, there needs to be a discussion about their inconsistency, about their lack of respect for your boundaries, and for every time you felt stabbed in the back. I don't know if they're going to be open to that at this time, because they don't even seem to want to take accountability for it. But your best way to transform this connection is to have an honest discussion about it. 5 of Wands, 3 of Wands, and Justice. There you go. Ace of Wands. Honest discussion. And it might get a little heated there with the 5 of Wands, because this person might be very defensive. But the only way to move this forward is for them to acknowledge what it is here that they're doing and why they're doing it. Because you kind of already know that they're, inconsistent and dipping in and out. But they need to own it. And they need to explain why. Very little cups on the table. So for some of you, you may even want an apology from this person. You may even want an apology from this person, but that's up to you. This week, it looks like you're holding a grudge because you clearly have the feeling here that this person is gaslighting you. That is what I have for you for the week of November 9th, 2025. Remember, energy is fluid. This can leave as quickly as it comes in, so don't let it bum out your whole week, okay? That is what I have for you, Cappy, for the week of November 9th, 2025. If you like those messages, I don't know who would like them, but if you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, maybe just found them to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.